Welcome back to another episode of the glorious PyBlock. I figured that while there is a new year, why not make another episode of PyBlock? So, last time we left off, we had fixed our power production issue, finally, it seems, I think. Famous last words, as you know. And we are working on, or actually this might be actually a part of fixing the power production, because we are using a recipe that's using tar to make coal gas, and we're using the coal gas to make a power fluid thingy that I forgot what it's called. So this is all a part of the step to fix power actually. And while doing so, we started this setup, which seems to be working a bit alright, but we still can scale it a bit further because it requires so much stone. So what we want to do is basically to have 10 of these soil extractors and 6 of these washers. So that's basically what we're gonna do. More and more and more and more and more of these. Let's see, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. Great. Now the problem is, of course, that we only need 6 of these, it says. So again, I'm thinking about, okay, how should we... I mean, this is... See, the problem is that we need 36 soil, and 36 soil, that's more than 2 belts. That's 2.4 belts. And let's see if maybe we can fix some things here. The default inserter is this one. The default chest is that one. Let's make 2 the default factory level, I think. I think that might work. So, I mean, it's 42.9 inserters. So we basically need to have 4.2 inserters equals 5 inserters per machine, which actually is quite a bit. But if we check on long-handed inserter, then it's 30 inserters. So 3... Oh, that's good actually. That's very good. 3 inserters per machine. And that should be quite manageable, I think. So then actually I might just scrap this plan and make a new plan. How are we doing with... I think we need to go refill on a few stuff, on some resources, because we need more circuit boards, and for that we need copper, and I think we should probably have a fair amount of copper. Oh yes. Oh my god. I think actually we might have more copper than iron right now. And we have mining machines, stage 1. And this is good actually, because then we'll take a little break from all of that we were doing right before and focus on getting hydrogen. Because we can use the hydrogen instead of the current syngas for Where is it? There it is. Electrolyzer. Electrolyzer. Please tell me we have that somewhere. Yes, thank you. Oh dear God. Okay, that's gonna take a little while to process that. Jesus. Because then we can use hydrogen instead of syngas in this machine. And then we don't need to convert all this tar into syngas, or well, we still need the syngas for smelting glass, which is a problem on its own, actually, because with the small amounts of syngas that we have, we're not smelting that much quartz, which is definitely having an effect here on the glassware production. It's going, but it's going slowly. So I'm hoping that we can fix that. It's nice actually to see that researching is going somewhat fast. I mean, considering how much of a mess that, I mean, fast or fast, of course that's, everything is relative, but considering how much time it took to set that up, I'm quite happy that we don't have, that it doesn't take longer than it does. Sort of. I'm quite satisfied with that. So let's make some water electrolysis. That obviously requires water. Should have been able to guess that. And you remember what I said about that we had fixed the power? Yeah, I told you, famous last words. So oxygen, we need to deal with that somehow. I'm suspecting that it should be possible. Oh, we can actually... we don't quite have that yet. We'll just flush it into... I think a gas vent should work, hopefully. Let's find out. And let's make some pipes for the hydrogen. So we need to put our hydrogen over here. Right. This looks as usual like complete mess, but I hope this will work. Yes, yes, I know I don't have any power. Yes, yes, I'm working on it. So let's change this one into hydrogen and coke. And then we can change this. We'll get rid of all the syngas that was there. And now the problem is, of course, that we need power in order to generate this power. So how about we try to kickstart something here? Oh, this is problematic. This is very much problematic. I did not think about that. Let's see if we can maybe... Right, I do have some steam engines here, so... What if we just temporarily disable that and do something like this. That should fill it up, and then let's wait with plugging this in, and we'll just... Okay, good. It's quite fast actually. So now the question is, can this thing work? And I think it can. We just need to fill it up with a bit of Coke. There we go. And now I think we have power again. So now let's just hope that this is enough. Give me back my wood. It's problematic. It's very much problematic. As soon as I plug that in, it's going downhill. It's quickly going downhill. High energy cost for purification. So this requires 827 kilowatts for... I don't even know how. So that's 150. Ah. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, actually. I'm kinda hoping that it will, but I'm very much not sure about it. But what if we... I could really use like an isolated power area or something. I don't really have that. And the problem is that I need a bunch of different things in order to fix that. Give me a copper cable and disconnect this, please. So now we actually have an isolated power production area, I think. Yes. So this should mean that this is working. Now we sort of just have to connect the rest of it. Or is this working? Where is this coal coming? How are we getting coal? Where is this coal coming from? What's going on here? Maybe it's something steam powered that we still have lying around. I'm honestly not sure. So now the problem is, of course, that we want to export this power as well. And we don't really have any circuit magic quite yet. And we will not have that for a long time. So we'll connect this temporarily and see what happens. And we need more coke. We desperately need more coke. That's for sure. Because now this one is trying to fuel our entire factory and that does not go well. So, right. Let's switch back to the syngas for a while we figure this out. There we go. This doesn't fix our coke problem though. It definitely does not. But now we are getting some coke there, and maybe this will be enough of power to kickstart this process. Oh, but we need some syngas as well. Oh boy, this is not at all what I planned. Jesus. So how can I mean, there's no real way I can just... Okay, I need to power this on. Because this produces syngas. So right now this is our only source of power. Now I think something is starting to happening. Yes. So much for having fixed power, right? Item ingredient shortage, yes. And this is probably where we should start looking into the biomass production instead. Because there's like so many options for biomass, and especially considering the improved sand recipe that we have been mentioning. And the interesting thing about this powerhouse is that, if I remember correctly, it only needs 3 biomass, which is very good, of course. So I think we should be able to fix this. I'm sorry, electrolyzer, but I think I'll have to move you for a while. And now we don't have any steam. We basically have absolutely nothing. Do we have any power at all? Where is those 900 kilo? Oh my god, it's coming from that place. This is just ridiculous. But okay. Let's make another boiler, and we have a steam engine, so that should be enough to kickstart things. I'll just need to pick up a bit of fuel from somewhere. Let's steal some from here. Now, don't we have like a compost there somewhere? I think we do. Or did compost... Steel plate and chromium. But I think we have one. Don't we? It's over here. Right, this is it. Steam-powered compost plant. Oh, it's steam-powered, of course. I don't like steam-powered things. But let's take it anyway. I'll settle for that. And then we'll go up here and grab something compostable. Bones, skin, meat, bones, skin. Let's go with the skin, I think that's compostable. Or let's go with some bones as well. So my idea here is basically to... Oh god, fix power. The idea is to use the composter, or this, put some skin or something in it and compost things. And we need some steam from this, naturally. To make steam we need the water. To make water we need an offshore pump. We have an offshore pump, we have some steam. So, and then we have like a little small generator sort of here. So now this generates some biomass for us. This biomass can then be used to produce biomass, and hydrogen and water becomes combustion mixture. I have not done the maps here, I should warn you about that, so I honestly don't know if this will work or not. And then of course we need to deal with that steam. Cooling tower. Need more iron. And okay. Looks like we have a fair amount of these bad iron plates. So let's just use some of them to get some more. What were we looking for? Not a powerhouse, I think. Cooling tower. 46.2. Okay. So that means that we probably don't have... Okay, we actually do have enough. So this means that we can use this cooling tower to get some water. Which we then can convert into steam. Now, of course, I don't have any vision over there. We need the electrolyzer, but we also need, what's it called, combustion engine? Combustion turbine. Okay, we need to get some more iron. Oh my god, I can't believe that this place is still actually operational. Sort of. Combustion turbine. Perfect. Now we can only sort of hope and pray that this will work. Pray to the gods of Factorio. Electrolyzer should become water and hydrogen. No, oxygen and hydrogen. And someone is shooting some fireworks outside because apparently New Year's is not over. There we go. Great. So then this requires some kind of fuel. and then some biomass. Like that. This produces combustion things which we will use in our combustion turbine. Which we have now. And then we kinda need to reprocess this bloody water. Because otherwise this will just be full of outputs. We don't want that to happen. So we'll just reprocess things. And then this part. Oh god, you're kidding me. We need to get some more wood. I don't like the fact that things are standing absolutely still, more or less. It's amazing that it's actually operating at all at this point. Right, this is actually not what I intended completely. Because I would like this to run... Okay. And... yeah, now we just need some kind of magic to... Well, actually, okay. Plug them back in together. Let's see what happens. Now, again, this is our main source of... Actually, biomass is considered a fuel. Which can work to our benefit. Because then we can take out some biomass and plug it in to be burnt as fuel. Oh. There we go. Only problem is, of course, that it's... How much is this consuming? It's 400. I don't know at all if this math will add up or not. But let's keep it here and see what happens, I guess. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna need a few more inserters here, I think. Because there's... And this does not seem too good. What's the problem here? Output full. Okay, we are not consuming this. Okay. We really need to reuse this water. So how about we use some underground pipes? And basically circulate the water back into this. Now the question is, will I lose water or will I gain water in this process, or will it go even out? Honestly, I don't know. I think it's time to use this fluid handling. Oh, but for that I need automation 2, because I really want to have a pump. Even though it's not a smart pump or anything, it's better than no pump at all. Because now I'm afraid that this water here will be used before, or this water is not prioritized at the moment. Meaning that this just blocks everything, it blocks the reprocessing of the steam, and then we're all screwed at the end. So I think it's time to reprioritize some things here. Aluminium processing, sure, it's a good thing, but it's not required right now. Neither is this. I really need the automation too. So there we go. Then let's start this again, and let's see, what was the other thing? Coke processing. It's nice to see that there's like a small green indicator. Makes it easier to find. Now the problem here is of course that this does not have any fuel. Exactly. This does not, it's not enough fuel to burn this. Oh god. And now we have too much steam because we don't have any fuel here. So I need, let's see, I think there is some item fuel values. It's been a while since we took a look at this. Cellulose is actually a fuel. Coal dusts. Don't we have that here? We do. And a fair amount of it. That's interesting. And this just requires this process. Now how much coal dust we're getting? This is a lot of... This is 24 megajoules. That's 24 megajoules per process of that. That's a lot of fuel. That's a lot of fuel. Coarse coal, coarse coal. I might have to check that for a crushed coal. Fish. Logs, meat. Oh well. Raw coal, solid fuel, uranium. Oh, that's a lot of fuels. Okay, let's take a look at this. More belts. So I basically want to belt it over here and over here, although this is absolutely a mess. But when you have a crisis like the one we have, a power crisis, we basically don't really have an option of making things clean. We just want to make it work. Step 1, make it work. Step 2, make it better. And speaking of crisis, I can inform you of another very horrible crisis that happened a couple of years ago. I think we should stop this. There was a Norwegian butter crisis where there had been the harvest in Norway had been so horrible that they didn't produce much butter. I think it was like in 2011 or something like that. It was a shortage of butter and inflation of its price across like all of Norway. And like when you think of typical crises around the world, butter might not be the first thing that comes to mind, but in Norway they had a butter crisis. I would highly recommend looking up the Wikipedia article about this. It's a very fun fact. And it was such a panic that people were like so desperate for butter that they came to Sweden and wanted to buy butter in Sweden, which made a lot of butter close to the border just run out, and a small package of butter could cost like 50 euros, which is approximately $50, which is basically a lot. Such is the Norwegians' desperate needs for butter. But here we don't have a butter crisis, we have a slight power crisis. And I kind of thought I maybe had fixed this, but no, it's... This water is definitely a problem. This is just insane. Because we need to... I don't know. Now the question is, are we getting enough of this coal dust here? I'm not sure honestly, but I think we will just use up some of this for now. Maybe build a couple of more of these. And now we're out of water, which means that we just need to connect this. And then we disconnect it again, and then we have fixed our problems temporarily. So as you can see, I'm very much desperate for that pump. And yeah, it's the water down here, of course. So right, okay, it seems like we have enough fuel for the moment. What if we just do like this? What if we disable this? So that all the water that we are producing here actually goes up here to produce power directly. Only problem is that maybe we don't have enough fuel. So let's take a look at these things again that we have found. So we have spent 40 minutes on trying to fix the fuel problems. Oh wow. That's 12 megajoules. That's 16. And that's 24 hour raw coal stage 2. Yeah, right. That's fun. Raw coal stage 1. 369. 6 plus 8. That's 14. Is it? 6, 10, 14. Yes. And another 30% of that, but that's not that interesting. So raw coal stage 1 might be interesting as well. Yeah. Actually, why not? It's can just add it to the queue here and see what happens. Okay. Is our power issues fixed for now? That's the question. Okay, it seems like we are using up all this water. That's good, actually. That's very good. Now, of course, the problem is that we don't have this bio thing completely automated yet. Which is why I'm just putting a chest here for now. And then I will have to refill that when we're running out of it. But hopefully it should take a while, because we only need 3 biomass for one of these combustion mixture recipes. Also, I had an idea about maybe making some kind of tank here. Although it requires a lot of steel or lead and stuff, which we don't really have that much of, at least not with us. So yeah, let's wait with that. I think this will maybe work for a while at least. At least until this source runs out. But 8 coal dust here, that's quite good. So that gives us 10 tailing dusts. So that's 1.5 of this recipes, which means 75 stone. Of course, though, these run on power, so it's, I don't know, it might not be enough really. So now the question is, do we dare scale this, or should we be satisfied with this for now? I mean, power is the main issue here, and I think maybe we should take a look into this. So we have 1.3 quartz ore here. We do have plenty of syngas, that's good. So that means that we can probably just fill some up there. I didn't expect us to have this much syngas at this moment. Why is nothing happening here? Because we are not producing steam. This one still runs on syngas, although this one seems to be stuck. Because we're not getting any coke. Kinda makes sense. Because we're not getting any steam. Because we are not producing anything over here at all at this point. So let's just those don't have any water. So it's maybe this one that we should fuel up. It's sad to see that we are still so dependent on steam. But that's just what happens, isn't it? Oh, come on. Faster fluid handling. So at least we have power for now, but we don't really have any that much steam. Let's walk around and grab some materials because I think we're gonna need it soon. Whoa, that's a lot. Let's just start handcrafting some of this. Perfect. We can actually get some more seaweed. Wait, what? No, don't tell me that I completely forgot to connect this. Seems like I did. That's stupid. That's very, very stupid. And suddenly we have so much more tar here. Oh right, we have a box of coke up there. I think I'll hold on to this for now. I have a feeling it might come in handy sooner or later. That's very stupid of me to completely forget to connect that pipe. I wonder how many of you had thought about that. So that seems to have helped a bit with the tar. So now I assume kind of that why are we still out of steam over here? Oh right, I think we need to kickstart these. That's actually reasonable. Because those are using a completely independent setup if I remember correctly. Right. Kickstart complete. So now we should be producing some wood again, which means that we should be getting some coal and some, yeah, the usual things. This does require a fair amount of steam though. Okay, that's fixed. Fluid handling is almost completed. What's next? Let's see. We do kind of have hydrogen and biomass for power at this point. So I'm gonna remove that one. Tar from drilling fluid, type 1. I don't think we're quite there yet. Different sand recipe. Should probably get started with that since now we're using up the biomass in this area. Better circuit recipe. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. However, I would... Oh, advanced small parts. Now what's that? Do I want to know? Considering that I'm actually shaking it up. Oh my god. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different inputs. But it requires oil industry machinery stage 2, so it seems like we don't have to deal with that for a fair amount of time. Which kind of makes you wonder why on earth did we even have that research at this point to begin with, but it's PyBlock and PyBlock likes to mess with us, it seems. You don't have any steam. Neither do you. Neither does a lot of these things. But it is still glassware that we need. So at least we have 3 factories working full-time. Sort of. Full-time for now at least. Okay, full-time no more. Oh, and now we're getting another delivery of science, so that's nice. So it seems like science is not going too bad at this point. This might even be enough to... Yeah, I think this will be enough to let us finish this research, which is really nice. Oh god, I seriously need to work towards some automation of trains and stuff. Right, so pump. We need an engine unit. And to make an engine unit we need an assembling machine. Engine units, pipe, small parts, aluminium. Two pipes. Okay, fair. Let's go visit our little pipe chest. The engines is really nice because that's kind of like the first step towards trains actually. Pump. Thank you. Oh, seriously. Yes. I'm pretty sure I'm familiar with these fill. Yes, I know for each and every liquid I can fill it and I can empty it. Yes, very interesting. Thank you very much. Okay, this is ridiculous usage of this new feature that they made in Factorio 1.1. I bet they did not have PyBlock in mind when they made this feature. Let's just put it like that. And since I have a bit of an OCD, I kind of want to mark all of them, but no, okay, let's not do that. Let's just leave it at that. Oh, I can make a storage tank. That's interesting. That's nice. Thank you very much. Now I think we had some... Oh, I can make a radar. Do I want to make a radar? I wonder how much area it can cover. And how quickly it can... Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I think we have enough power for it for now. But there was something else. Oh, what's this? Check valve. Allows flow only in the direction of the arrow. Oh, yes! Yes, there is an overflow valve. Oh my god, I'm saved. Underflow. Yes, so this underflow valve is kind of like the top-up valve from PyBlock. This is very helpful. Local radar, I would be a bit interested in that, but I think I'm gonna go with the radar for now. So, overflow valve. Let's use an underflow valve actually. This is gonna help me a lot. This will solve all my piping issues. Except for the messes that I make, of course. I didn't know that this existed. I'm very satisfied with this. This will be so... Oh my god, we have plenty of coal. Nice. And this will be so useful. Let's put it in there. Now I can plug this back in. Because now I can, without a doubt, reuse the water that I'm getting from up there. And then I have a solution to this. Oh yes. That feels good. And maybe it helps if it's rotated in the right direction, it seems. Allow flow when output is under 80%. Yes, okay, the arrows are pointing up now. This makes sense. Now it should be stable around 80. Great! So maybe we have kind of solved our fuel issues, our power issues, all our issues. Well, not all of them, but some of them. This is great. So next step will be to try and get more landfill. And to maybe investigate this better sand recipe. Maybe scale this up, which was the original plan of this episode, which we didn't do at all. But whatever. So where is the sand recipe? Sand. Classifier. Solid separator. That's what I need. Solid separator. I'm gonna need some steel, it seems. And speaking of steel, I kind of feel like we haven't been gotten that much iron recently. So how are we doing here? Okay. Seems like we are using up the quartz ore that we had stored, so that's quite good, but also that's a sign that we are gonna need more quartz ore. So how are we doing up here by the... Okay, it seems like a lot of things needs need steam actually. That's probably why we haven't been getting that much, and probably why we have so much tar in storage. Yes, because we don't have enough steam. So taking a look at where the steam comes from, it comes from here. So this place is an absolute mess. Should we, is it feasible? Maybe. It might be. Because you remember all this coal dust that we have? That counts as fuel, and fuel can be turned into, you guessed it, steam. Only problem is that things are a bit messy. No news there. But at least now we can make a whole bunch of transport belts. And we'll just turn it around a bit like this. Make a boiler. Pick some pipes. And here comes the fuel. So now we just want to connect these pipes. Perfect. So hopefully this should be enough steam to get things rolling over here. So that we can actually use up all this tar that we have saved up. Because I'll tell you, there's a lot of tar here. Yes, it seems like it's being used up now. Great! So, as I was saying, in the next episode we can try to use this better sand recipe. And to do that we needed to have a solid separator. And for that we need steel. Right. Okay, we have the steel, so I'll just craft one and prepare it over there so that we know what we're gonna do next. Because commonly when I play Factorio, I have learned that it's like a good way to remember what you are planning to do next. Solid separator. And oh wow, we can use the ash to make coal dust. That might come in handy. So, soil to the sand. And it seems like now we actually have a bit of an overflow of tar. And that might actually be a very bad thing, because this is kind of like a source for our fuel. Here, congratulations, you made this. So we'll have to investigate that to see if we can use more tar, or maybe it will take care of itself automatically. We will see. If we take a look at yeah, we are producing a lot more tar than we are consuming, even over the past minutes. So yeah, that's what happens when you come up with a new recipe for tar. It's more effective than you thought. Great. So we have a small plan for what to do next. So see you in the next episode. Take care.